Yes, it's Friday, January the 14th. The year is 2022. And here I am again, uploading another video regarding my saga, my continuing saga with Employment Development Department regarding the proof of documentations to solidify my eligibility for the PUA benefits and the PEUC benefits. Although in my case, I was actually put in the PEUC program, as I mentioned in my previous videos. But anyway, I actually got an email this morning from EDD indicating that I still have to submit additional documents in order to prove my eligibility by March 9th. That is the date. I actually applied for a 1 month extension. They already approved it. Well, actually, they approved it on the spot. So now my deadline, like I mentioned, is March the 9th. But they want me to provide additional documentation. Otherwise, I face the very real possibility of not only paying or repaying them back everything that they gave me between April of 2020, retroactive March 2020, all the way to September 2021. But on top of that, the email mentioned very clearly that I might be subject to a 30% penalty on top of everything that I owe. So for example, if I had to pay $10,000 back to them, 30% of that, it's an additional $3,000. So I would be on the hook and liable to pay back up to $13,000. Now, I believe that, to tell you the truth, that we were all bamboozled, that this was all a plot, a Ponzi scheme by EDD to do exactly that, to collect not only the funds that they distributed to people, but also to get get that 30% penalty fee on top of everything that they dished out. So it's very, very troublesome. It's perplexing that they're doing this. They are basically saying that the federal government is requiring of EDD to do this, but I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion that it's actually them who are trying to get these funds back as a result of all the scams and all the fraud that took place throughout the program. But I think that they probably already thought about this penalty and basically bamboozling people into applying for unemployment benefits, not doing anything, not requiring anything until everything was paid off, and then once everything was paid off, then they can go ahead and ask for documentation, which is very, very sketchy, very nebulous in terms of specifically what they're asking for. On the website, as I mentioned in my previous videos, all they want is one piece of verification, whether it's your 1099 form if you're self-employed, your W-2s for 2019, pay stubs, business license, etc., etc. But I've already submitted that, and it wasn't enough. So I'm coming to the realization that perhaps EDD did this with the intention of eventually getting a lot of people to pay that 30% penalty. So imagine if you owe $30,000, $25,000, the amount of money in addition to that you're gonna have to pay just on penalties alone. So it's totally BS. I think what we ought to do, people that are in a similar situation than what I am, we need to reach out to our congressmen and women and demand that EDD stops harassing people here in the state of California, because this is just creating aggravation. It's hurting us, the working poor, more so than anybody else. And a lot of the people that receive these benefits, they already spent the money for a variety of different necessities. So how are they going to pay this money back? It's insane. And I was reading an article also yesterday in which it says that the government has a lot of